returned Hour 2 of Comic.Church on K-Talk, AM 1640, real local two-way comic psycho spiritual talk. With your hosts, Drew the Fairy God Bro, the Reverend Sith Lord Jesse Stay, and the Monsignor of Marvel, Sean Ray. And now we return to the sanctum of spirituality, Comic.Church.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of Comic.Church with a nice little fanfare entrance there. It gives me chills every time.
I'm planning my next tattoo right now as we're talking here.
You were saying it's going to take 8 hours. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't sit. Well, maybe if you had Netflix going, I could. And
so we'll
bring
see.
Me
I'm curious.
And stuff.
I'm curious if how this is going to go. But I mean, my tattoo artist is amazing. I mean, we talked about shout outs. So I'm going to give a shout out. John Porterhill. He's incredible. I have to give that shout out to him.
Yeah.
But 8 hours, that's like a whole workday sitting in one space being poked and poked over and over.
Yeah, I might bring the Xanax. I don't know.
When I did my Captain America one, it took almost 4, but I didn't really. I mean, we lost track of time because me and the guy, he was asking me so many questions about Marvel and everything like that. And it was funny, a post that he posted when he's like, I want to take pictures and put it on the site and everything. I got it here locally at a tattoo parlor called Resolute Tattoo, and I've talked to them about it and everything. And he posted it, and he's like, "This guy came in decked out in Captain America and wanted this Captain America shield, and the whole time we were geeking out together because he kind of was into it as well, and so I kind of wanted to find someone that liked it like me instead of someone that's like, I don't even know what this means, so I'm just gonna tattoo, but." It was cool because we geeked out the whole time, and the 4 hours.
So what is
by.
it about?
Yeah.
What is it about Captain America for you? Like, why is that character so important for you?
It's just the person that he stands for, who he is, and what he stands for as truth, justice, and just his strong beliefs, who he is. He doesn't like bullies. He doesn't believe in bullies. He stands for the bullied, and just the beliefs that he has, and he's so strong in his beliefs and patriotism. I mean, there's just
not a toxic patriotism.
No, not the toxic patriotism. I think we did that. What was that?
A few episodes ago,
episode 3 or 4 or something like that. But
it's a similar trait. I'm a veteran as well, and so many veterans. I see this a parallel that they find in Captain America, in Steve Rogers, and and a lot of it comes from that that desire of fighting for those who can't fight for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of us join the military. But yeah, it's interesting. You could tell a lot about a person by who their favorite comic book character is. Like it's a Rorschach test almost.
I wonder if it's reflective of the personality type that an individual has, like the Myers-Briggs personality type.
I think it could.
Like
maybe.
for mine, it is Yoda, and which is equated to INTP, which is what I am.
Yeah,
it's
well, and it depends, like, because you can ask someone, okay, what kind of power would you want? But if you were a superhero, who would you want to be? Because it could be different. Because if I had a superhero power, I'd want to be able to teleport and just be like boom, 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 anywhere you want. But if I wanted to be a superhero, I think I'd want to be, obviously Captain America.
Yeah. Well,
I think we're gonna have to have a new nickname for him related to Captain America.
We might need to come up with one, but yeah, and same thing with character. You ask the question like, if you had powers, what would your power be?
Yeah.
But if you look at it psychologically and metaphysically in the comic universe, usually the person's power emanates from a character flaw or a deficiency, or just an innate part of who they are. For Steve Rogers, it was his goodness that became his power and his strength.
And that's why he was chosen.
Yeah.
Because it makes good men great, but then it makes bad men it strengthens their power or their weakness or whatever.
But I think it again, a really interesting psychological evaluation. I think if you were to ask someone for them to truly try to come up with what their power would be, not based on, oh, well, my favorite character is this, or I want to be strong this, but like, if you critically analyze yourself, your strengths, your flaws, your weaknesses, your traumas, all of that, what do you think would manifest as a power from that? What would your power be?
Man, I wonder if there's a test or something out there online, because there's all those personality tests.
Maybe we should make those
tests.
at Comic.Church.
We'd have to find some psychologists or something, but like I'll look.
Yeah.
I'll look this week and I'll see if I could find a test that's a good, accurate type test that we can each take and see where we're at. And
So
who we are.
the Myers-Briggs personality tests, they equate those to different superheroes and some things. So I mean, there is that potential. I don't know if that's good enough or not, but
I think
I don't know.
If we were to do Comic.Church therapy sessions, I think a really good homework exercise would be go home and look at all your flaws and all your weaknesses and all your traumas and all your gains and all your goodnesses, and with that, figure out what your power would be.
We should have Rochelle call on to come and do Comic.Church therapy sessions with us here.
I could relate,
think.
and I could kind of help figure that out.
Yeah.
See what heroes who and things like that, and like if you're the strong silent type, if you're the wicked sniveling in the background, or if you're one to try and get the gain from somebody else's loss, or there's all these are characters of heroes, or villains, or anti-heroes and things like that.
But just imagine, like, so if you were someone who experienced ultimate loss and you lived your entire life in the past, if you were to all of a sudden be imbued with powers, like I think you might get the power of time travel, but then in that power realize that you can't change things, because if you change that, then you no longer become who you are. And
look at
and again, it's that whole
me
lesson. Yeah,
perfectly. Look at Flash, the Flashpoint paradox.
Yeah.
Okay, so his mother was killed by the Reverse Flash. He found that out eventually, but he traveled so fast that he time traveled back and saved her. But then when he went back to current time, everything was different.
Yeah.
The heroes were bad. I mean, his mom was around and Superman was not around. I mean, it changed everything. And that's really where I'm really hoping that they kind of go with this. That whole Flash movie has been put on hold. I mean, the writers have written stuff and then dropped out. I mean, Ezra Miller, that played the Flash in Justice League, is trying so hard to get this movie going that he has started writing the script himself. I mean, because he only has like several more months where his contract is up. If it's nothing's gone through in a certain time, then his contract's up. And so he's like, oh man, I want to be this character. I want to be this, And so, I mean, there's that, and I really think that Flashpoint paradox would be a really cool one, because it is I think one of the Flashes. It's one of my favorite stories that he has. And it's like that. He goes back and he changes time, and things are all different. I mean, so like, what would your, and it goes into that, your personality, and what would your power be if you were able to do something like that and change a point in your life, or would you want to change your future, or would you want to be able to protect people by you, or would you want to just have personal gain? I mean, look at the fact of Superman. He has the potential to be the most powerful, richest, everything, but instead it's how he was raised that he's a humble reporter, Boy Scout from Smallville, and just does what he does to save people. You know? But he has the potential to be all powerful.
Yeah. It's I think it's that innocent element that has the potential of you can be a good person and a genuinely good person and still have power.
Yeah.
And but it's not what you think it is.
Yes. And that kind of brings me to, there is a movie coming out by James Gunn called Brightburn. It's actually written by his brothers, but he's directing it. And it is... I watched this trailer and I'm like, what in the world is this? So it's a superhero horror movie, and it's basically the exact origins of Superman. But what would happen if he was evil? What would happen if he didn't take to the humble life,
the alternate universe?
Didn't learn those morals from
morals
dad.
From the Kents, and he has super strength, and there's a scene in one of the in the trailer where he uses his laser vision to hurt someone kind of bad. It's crazy. There's a scene where there's a lady, and it hasn't shown a lot.
I'm stoked for this. Is this a DC film?
This is a DC. Well, no, it's a
kind of a standalone. Yeah.
It's not a DC. It's not attached to it or anything like that. And it comes out in May 24th of this year.
That's gonna be beautiful.
There's a scene where there's a lady sitting like in a closet trying to hide, and she's looking out the doorway, and she sees this little boy, and it's the little Superman. He's sitting there, and he's looking at her with his eyes glowing red, and she was like, starts screaming, and it looks really good. It looks really cool. So I'm excited for that. James Gunn is going to have a busy year. He's got a lot going on. He just got reinstated with Disney. So Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be picked up again. But the thing is, the nice thing is Marvel said, we're going to hold off, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, what about Suicide Squad? He's still going to do Suicide Squad 2. They're holding off. They're going to be patient and let him finish Suicide Squad 2. It's not a sequel, it's anything like that. He's saying it's a reboot. It's going to be a standalone, new story, new everything. But there will be some returning characters. I believe Margot Robbie said that she was going to be in it, even though she has a movie coming out end of this year, next year, with the Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of Harley Quinn, or whatever, some weird title that they have. But
I love Margot Robbie.
He said that it is going to be the Suicide Squad, and that's the nice thing is with the Suicide Squad. If you've ever read any of the comic books or anything like that, that's the whole premise of that. Is they are a Suicide Squad. They're meant to die. He sends them out there for them to die, but to accomplish a mission or something like that. So that one will be coming out in 2021, supposedly. And that is when Guardians 3 will be starting to film and everything like that in 2021. So they hope to have it out by 2022. And the Guardians cast, couldn't be more ecstatic, thrilled. Dave Bautista has gone on to say, he couldn't be happier. He was going to get out of his contract if they didn't rehire him. They are going to use James Gunn's original script that he had, which I'm kind of looking forward to, because he had some good teasers at the end of Guardians 2. So there's a lot going on with James Gunn. He's gone on and apologized and thanked Disney and everything like that. So he's got a good future going on, and I really respect what he's done and how he's handled everything. So I'm looking forward to what he has coming out here soon. So, and this Brightburn movie,
I'm interested to see that.
If you have not seen the trailer,
we'll throw up a link to that on Comic.Church.
Yes.
And
go to our Facebook page, like us on Facebook. Go to our Instagram page, like us there as well. We are on YouTube, so Comic.Church. So go there, subscribe, like us, find us on all the social medias, follow us on Spotify, Twitter.
Just be our friends.
We love to make you part of the conversation, so come join us.
Ask us questions, please. If there's anything you guys have, please feel free to reach out to us, and we can, look into that. What would be your superpower? Who would you want to be if you had something? Let us know.
Let us know. We'll coming up in break. When we come back, we will be talking Star Wars. So stay tuned on Comic Church.